Good afternoon. For those of you affected by Hurricane Irene, I trust and hope that you and your families are well and in good health. As you know, last Friday, the Judicial Salary Commission approved salary increases for New York's judges. Obviously, I am pleased that even in today's very difficult fiscal situation, judges are finally getting raises after 12 years of not even a cost of living adjustment. Starting on April 1st, 2012, New York State judges' salaries will at least start to have some rational relationship to the salaries of other state judges and our federal colleagues. By the same token, we are all understandably disappointed that our judiciary was not made whole, not even close, for the long, torturous 12-year ordeal that we have experienced. At the very least, an approach based on the cost of living increases that we lost over those years would have yielded a more appropriate salary level than that recommended by the Commission. Further, while I understand the basis on which the Commission could come to the conclusion that federal judges' salaries should be the template for state judicial salary increases, a position we ourselves advocated for many years before federal judicial salaries fell behind the rate of inflation, fairness dictated after 12 years that an increase to that level should have been made immediately without any phase-in period. We pressed with every tool that we had for higher salary levels based on either our lost cost of living increases since 1999, our present ranking in judicial salaries paid around the country, an increase based on state employee increases over the last 12 years, or an increase premised on the present federal salary level adjusted for inflation. Our representatives on the Commission worked tirelessly and with great conviction and passion toward such an end, and ultimately, quite rightly, voted against the proposal that was adopted by a 4-3 vote of the Commission. I want to particularly express our deep appreciation to our appointees, Robert Fisk and Catherine Wild, for their dedicated and committed service on behalf of the judiciary to the work of the Commission, and also thank Mark Mulholland for supporting our position. The bottom line is that judges will receive a 27.3% or a $37,300 increase by April 1st, 2014, with a 17% or a $23,300 increase upfront on April 1st, 2012, and an intermediate increase on April 1st, 2013. The dollar salary figures for Supreme Court justices in sequence are $160,000 in 2012, $167,000 in 2013, and $174,000 in 2014. The pay for other judges will be raised by the same percentages as for Supreme Court justices. The Commission process did very much work in the sense that it created a framework for requiring the other branches of government to deal with the judicial compensation issue that had festered for so long with absolutely no action taken since 1999. There can be no doubt that without the Salary Commission legislation, judicial salaries would not be on anyone's agenda in Albany today in the worst economic climate in decades. Clearly, We are fortunate to have this process in place for now and in the future, rather than having to go hat in hand to the legislature and the governor for years on end without a rational or logical way to achieve our ends. The result we have achieved is not perfect by any means, but I believe that the nightmare is over. While many of us may find the salary package unfair and inadequate in the context of the long wage freeze we have suffered, the plain fact of the matter is, without the Salary Commission in place, whether or not we like the final number or the phase-in, there would, without question, be no salary increase at all for many years to come, period. We do not forget, but we cannot live in the past or in a vacuum removed from the world around us. The events of the day do not escape our attention. The debt limit fiasco in Washington, the credit rating downgrade, the Wall Street nosedive, unemployment at extremely high levels, layoffs in our own shop, foreclosures, and the cost-cutting frenzy in state and federal budgets, with government salaries and benefits becoming the prime public target. These are the realities of today that frame the Commission's consideration of a judicial salary increase for New York's judges. While the toxic economic climate clearly lessened the size of the increase, the new salaries set by the Commission will move us well up from the bottom ranks of state judiciary salaries when adjusted for the high cost of living in New York. And the fact of the matter is, our salaries this coming April will now be almost on a par with our colleagues in neighboring northeastern high cost of living states, New Jersey and Pennsylvania, higher than our colleagues in neighboring Connecticut, and significantly higher than judges in Massachusetts, and our salaries will continue to increase in the following 2 years. At the very least, New York judicial salaries will no longer be out of whack with judicial compensation around the country. In raw numbers, albeit not adjusted for the cost of living, we will, with just the first phase of the pay increase in April, be paid more than our colleagues in 42 of the 50 states in the country. Again, not perfect. I believe we deserve to be the highest paid, but we're getting there. While we cannot change the fact that by any standard we have not been treated fairly or respectfully over the last dozen years, things are looking up, and we have now made significant progress with more to come. Despite the unprecedented economic conditions, the miserable situation that we have endured for so long will shortly be a thing of the past. As an institution, we must and we will move forward, not backwards, together. We remain focused on our cases, our courtrooms, and the public we serve. I don't have to tell any of you that we have the best job in the world that is so rewarding and brings each of us such great personal satisfaction. I want to thank you for your incredible perseverance and unflagging dedication. We can all look forward to the coming years with great confidence in the future of our branch of government and with enormous pride in being members of the New York State Judiciary. Enjoy your Labor Day weekend, and I look forward to seeing you all in the fall. Thank you so much.